Ethan grew up in a modest home in a small town in Ohio. His mother, Mary, did everything she could to provide for him after his father passed away. She worked two jobs, cleaning offices during the day and waiting tables at night, often coming home exhausted, yet still managing to prepare his meals and help him with homework. Many nights she skipped dinner so Ethan could have a full plate. Her hands bore the marks of hard labor, but her heart carried only love. She never spoke of her sacrifices. Her only dream was to see Ethan succeed. When Ethan received a partial scholarship to a university in New York, Mary saw it as a golden chance for him to have a brighter future. The scholarship covered part of the costs, but not everything. Without hesitation, she sold her old car, the last memory of her late husband, and gave Ethan the money for books, rent, and clothes. At the bus station, tears welled in her eyes, but her smile never faded. She hugged him tightly and whispered, "Go live your dreams, son. Don't worry about me. Just make me proud." Her heart was both heavy and hopeful. Life in New York was a struggle. Ethan balanced demanding classes during the day and long shifts at a coffee shop in the evening just to make ends meet. The city was overwhelming, the bills were constant, and the loneliness was heavy. Yet every time he thought of quitting, he remembered his mother's tired hands and sleepless nights. He found strength in her sacrifices and pressed forward, vowing silently that he would one day repay her for every moment she went hungry so he could thrive. As years passed, Ethan graduated and found a stable job at a growing tech company. His salary improved, his circle of friends expanded, and city life began to consume him. The calls home that were once weekly turned into monthly updates, and birthdays became just another day on the calendar. Mary sat on her porch each evening, staring at the road and hoping to see his car pull in. She never complained, but her heart ached for the boy she had raised with so much love. Time took its toll on Mary. Her body weakened, her steps slowed, and her once strong hands trembled. Neighbors often checked in, bringing her groceries and driving her to the doctor. She always smiled and said, "Ethan is busy building his life. That's what matters." But behind her kind words was a quiet longing. To hear his voice, to see him walk through the door, to feel the warmth of his presence one more time. One winter morning, Ethan received a letter that stopped him in his tracks. It was from a neighbor, explaining Mary's condition. Her health was fading quickly, and she asked for him every single day. Guilt flooded his heart as he read those words over and over. Memories of her sacrifices filled his mind. Nights she skipped sleep, winters she endured without a coat, meals she silently gave up. Without hesitation, he booked a ticket back home, praying it wasn't too late. When he finally arrived, he rushed to the hospital. There she was, frail and pale, her breathing shallow but her eyes still holding that familiar warmth. "You came," she whispered, her lips curling into a soft smile. Tears streamed down his face as he held her hand tightly, apologizing for the lost years and broken promises. She gently stroked his cheek and said, "You owe me nothing, son. A mother never keeps score." That night, she closed her eyes peacefully, knowing her love had never been in vain. At her funeral, Ethan stood by her grave, his heart heavy with grief, but also full of realization. He vowed to live a life that would honor her sacrifices and love. With the money he had saved, he started a scholarship fund for single mothers and struggling students, naming it Mary's Promise. He finally understood that a mother's debt can never be repaid with gifts or wealth. It is repaid by carrying her love forward, by living with gratitude, and by never forgetting the woman who gave everything for him.